Hello everyone. Today, this is Arundhati Kar. We are back with yet another virtual session. Today, between us, we are having Dr. Suchita Kritlani, who has completed her BNS from Sant Hriram Medical College, Bhopal, and also holds a master's in psychology. She is right now appointed as medical officer at Sant Hriram Yoga and Nature Cure Hospital, and also works as assistant professor at Sant Hriram Medical College, Bhopal. Today, she is here with us to enlighten us with the naturopathic care for the liver.
Thank you so much, Arundhati, for the warm introduction. I'll directly start with the PPT. I'm sharing my screen. Please let me, please enable to share the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, is my screen visible, Arundhati?
Yes, ma'am. Can you just share the screen once again?
Sure. Okay, it's not visible.
The PPT is not visible, ma'am. Yeah, it's visible now.
It's visible? Yeah.
Yes.
Just a second, it's getting time to. Yeah, okay. So today we are going to talk about the liver health. Now, basically, why have I chosen this topic? This is because, see, liver is something who is the regulator of all the anatomy and the physiology of a person. Okay, so all the functions which are happening in the body are controlled by directly or indirectly by the liver. For example, the glucose supply to the brain and the other parts of the body, the ketones supply the thyroid functioning, and the detoxification purpose, the gastrointestinal system functioning is all dependent on the liver. That is why the liver health is very, very important. And in all the cases, like either it's digestive issues, or in the cases of skin disorders, or in the thyroid issues, we all are in the metabolism issues. What we do is we always try to stimulate the liver. We always try to balance the functioning of the liver. That is why I have chosen this topic. That is why the liver health is very important to know. That is why like the naturopathy principle says, we have to treat the person as a whole. So if we aren't treating the liver in all disorders, if we aren't paying any attention to the liver, then I must say that we are not properly dealing with the patient. We are not following the naturopathy principle. That is why the liver health is important, and we can definitely manage it with the naturopathy. The management of liver disorders, the management of all kind of liver diseases is beautifully done through naturopathy, and it has proven the results. So why? So basically, then what is liver? Liver is the one of the largest organ of the body, and it is also known as the gatekeeper, or because it is an organ which is allowing substances to enter, which is discarding the substances. Okay, so it is important to know that it is a gatekeeper. It has the main purpose of metabolism and detoxification. Whatever comes into the body has to pass through the liver so as to enter the other parts of the body. It helps in the filtration of the right substances. Okay, so liver is the most important organ, and it is the one of the liver diseases have been impacting us. Liver diseases has been impacting the India's GDP recently, and it is the 10th most common cause of death in the India as per the WHO. also the liver diseases, every fourth person in India is having the problem of fatty liver, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic fatty liver. Every fourth person has this. Once in a while, the person has suffered from hepatitis C in their entire lifetime. So it's very important to deal with the liver issues because of the epidemiological trends which we can see in India. So it's very important. We should deal with the liver diseases, and also not only dealing with the liver diseases, but we should prevent any damage to the liver. See, liver is a beautiful organ. Liver is an organ which has already been, which has the power of regeneration, which has the power of power to reheal itself. Okay, and in naturopathy we believe that the body has the self-healing capacity, and the liver is the organ which has the maximum self-healing capacity. And if we correct our liver function, if we correct the disturbances which are in the liver, we can deal with the entire body. We can deal with the entire diseases or the disbalance which is happening in our body. So that is why dealing with liver is important, not just because of the epidemiological trends, but because of the function it has been serving for our body. So this is about the liver epidemiology. And fatty liver is one of the most common chronic disease which has been occurring. And first you will see the epidemiological trends. The fatty liver used to happen between the age of 30 to 50, but now if you'll see, the fatty liver is even shown in the people, is scanned in the people who are just 13 years old, just 15 years old, just because of the dietary pattern, just because of the lifestyle changes which we have followed, which are not good or fruitful for us. So that is why the prevention of liver diseases is important. And the God has given the liver the maximum capacity to regenerate. Even the liver which we are having is the only liver which we need from the normal liver is just the 20%, 30% of which, the 70% of the liver which has been given to us is extra. Why this has been given extra to us? Just because it is the controller of all the functioning of the body. So we cannot live without the functioning liver. So that is why it is important to restore and balance the functioning. And why am I stressing onto this so much? Just because whenever you deal with the skin disorders, whenever you deal with the digestive disorders, whenever you deal with the thyroid issues, whenever you deal with the pains, metabolism issues, diabetes, hypertension, all the metabolic issues, the liver plays the important role. The liver plays the major role. That is why I am so much stressing onto the normal functioning of the liver and to correct the disbalance of the liver. So the liver, as told, is a very tough organ and has the 2.5 times capacity of what we actually need. But if it is damaged or overloaded, it can show us various signs and symptoms which we need to understand so as to infer out what all disease or what disturbance is there in the homeostasis of a body. So, like coming to the functioning of the liver has been playing an important role in the nutrient metabolism, whether it's carbs, whether it's protein, whether it's lipids, whether it's cholesterol metabolism. The liver has been playing a central role in it. Then, secondly, the protein synthesis, the synthesis of clotting factors, the synthesis of various transferring factors, various proteins, the complement factors. The liver is responsible for it. Then it also stores certain things like iron, copper, vitamin A, D, B12 are stored into it, and it also helps in the excretion of several excretion of the foremost excretion of toxins. Firstly, second, the bile salts, bilirubin, drugs, phospholipids, and all the excreted by the liver. So liver has, you can see the multiple functions of the liver. No other organ has that much functions what liver has, and it is responsible for the metabolism, the entire metabolism, the synthesis, the excretion, the detoxification, the production, the storage, It all contains all the systems. Not only this, but it is also important for the immune system. Okay, so it's very important. Yeah. Now this is the functioning of the liver. Yeah. Now 5 reasons why you need your liver. See, yeah, we can see here it is supplying ketones to the brain. It is supplying, it keeps the supply of oxygen, it keeps the supply of carbohydrates, proteins, etc. to the brain. Then for converting T3 to T4, we need liver functions. And it is basically the conversion of T3 to T4 is done in the liver. It is required for the healthy digestion through the bile, through the juices which are produced. It is important for the healthy skin because it is important, because it is a good because it detoxifies. So it is required for a healthy skin. It is required for the healthy blood because of the certain because of the iron production, because of the iron storage. It is required for the healthy blood. So all in all, it is required for all the functions which are happening in the body. Now, what is important? Now, how is the liver functioning being compromised? See, the most important thing is that liver functioning is compromised just because of our lifestyle changes. The lifestyle changes, the dietary patterns which we have adopted, the substance abuse which we are doing. The liver function is totally compromised with it. The more, since we have got it in abundance, we should not take it for granted. So the main thing which we need to know here is the causes of liver dysfunction. Okay, so the liver dysfunction takes place from the most important is the substance abuse which we do. People, there are numerous researches and there are sayings that coffee improves the liver function. It is true, but if it is taken in the very less amount, then only the coffee will improve the liver function, or the caffeine will improve the liver function. But if it is used regularly, if it is taken regularly, it will worsen your liver health. Okay, so the coffee, the alcohol related diseases are so many: alcoholic steatosis, hepatitis, cirrhosis. So these, the alcohol completely degenerates the anatomy of your liver. It creates the fibers in the liver which are non-functional. Okay, the hepatocytes are replaced by the fibers. So because of the alcohol intake. So this is how it worsens up the health of liver. Then excessive workload, any kind of stress you are taking, the sympathetic hormones, the cortisol has very detrimental effect on the liver. Then the medicines, the drug use, again, it overloads the liver. It overloads the liver, and in this cases, again, the hepatocytes are replaced by the fibers. The hepatocytes are replaced by the collagen. So they are not functional anymore, and the necrosis takes place in the cases of substance abuse, and the liver is no more functional. So that is why the prescription, any kind of drugs which we are taking, any kind of medicines which we are taking, have impact our liver to the extent that it can even it can cause the cirrhosis as well. Okay, then any kind of infections, stress, the processed food which we are taking, the saturated fats which we are taking, saturated fats initiate the lipogenesis and accumulates the accumulates the fat into the body. And the most important is fatty liver, which we have been facing recently. Fatty liver is just because of the irony of the situation is that all the liver diseases are preventable except the infectious conditions. So all the liver diseases are preventable. This is the irony of the situation, and we need to understand that. So the environment toxins which we have been getting from the getting because of our poor lifestyle, like not exercising regularly, and then if you are not exercising regularly, there's no mobilization of the fat from the liver. Instead, there is lipogenesis in the liver. Instead, there is accumulation of fat into the liver, leading to the fatty steatosis or fatty liver. Then again, if we eat the junk food, if we take too much of saturated fats, if we are low on fiber, again, that will lead to the steatosis condition, that will lead to the accumulation of fat into the liver. The hepatocytes are they are swollen up and are filled with the fat vesicles. Okay, so this is how the liver functioning is compromised. Yeah. So unhealthy lifestyle, stress, the consumption of alcohol, there's the increased exposure of toxins, everything can lead to the liver diseases. And not just the liver diseases, but all the other conditions of the body. Yeah. So now the main thing we need to know is how do we know that there is some liver disease happening in the body, or there's some liver dysfunction in the body. See, the symptoms are very vague. If it's any kind of disease, either it's alcoholic liver disease or either it's fatty liver disease. So first, the symptoms are very vague. Like there will be weight loss, there will be anorexia seen, there will be nausea and vomiting seen, there will be fatigue. That's it. Okay, so these are the very vague symptoms which occur in the other conditions as well. But when the liver diseases progresses, then the symptoms which we can see are there will be low grade fever, vomiting and weight loss is seen. Jaundice is obviously the marked sign of liver disease. Fatigue is seen. There's upset stomach, hyperacidity. You can see the pain in the abdomen. You can see pain in the right region of the abdomen. You can see. Then there is bleeding from the nose because of the coagulation factors are not formed properly. The coagulation factor synthesis has been reduced. The iron deposits are formed into the liver. Iron is being stored into the liver and not being transferred to the other parts of the body, to the blood. Then there will be, you can see the bruises in the body. Since the coagulation factors are very less, the iron is less. You can see anemia. Then the nose bleeds. You can see the this redness in the palms and everything. You can see these will be the signs and the symptoms of this liver disease. Okay. So what is now, we'll come to the naturopathic approach to the healthy liver. Now, what should all be done to prevent and to treat the disease of the healthy disease of the liver? So first, we need to stick to the principle. That is the most important, that we need to stick to the principle. First is you should not harm. See, what happens is if we are trying to cure our liver, if we are trying to prevent the liver disorders, what we do is we take the tonics, liver tonic we are taking. We take the liver, I have seen many patients taking the supplements for reducing the fat into the liver, for reducing the cholesterol. So first and foremost thing is, already the liver is harmed, already the liver is in dysfunction. We should not give more toxins to it. We should not give more medications and drugs to it. Okay, so first and foremost is you should not harm. Second is identify and treat the causes. So basically, if the person has fatty liver, the only approach given here is to treat the fat which is present into the hepatocytes, the degeneration process, the ballooning degeneration process. Only this is done. We need to identify why did the fatty liver occur? Why did the hepatitis C occur? What are the sources of the infection? We need to identify that and we need to treat that cause, and that is very much possible by the naturopathic intervention. Third is we need to believe the healing power of nature. Already this is the beautiful example that liver can regenerate itself to the 100% capacity. So we need to believe to the healing power of nature and do not stick to any other sources from outside and the drugs. Then Dr. said, so we must educate the patient. Unless and until you educate a patient to deal with the liver disease by itself, he or she cannot, the disease will revert back, the disease will recur. So that's important that you teach the person to how to maintain a healthy liver for lifelong. Then treat the whole person. Like we see we just do not, if we are also dealing with the liver, we do not have to just stick to the whole only liver, but we need to detox the entire body, and detoxification is the major process of liver. That is why I have been using this phrase, the treat the whole person, and relating it with the liver. And then focus on the prevention. The most important is that we need to focus on the prevention. We need to, and it's very much possible by the naturopathic interventions. So now how we'll deal with it. Now the first and foremost is healthy diet. Healthy diet, which is composed of raw diet. Okay. In the naturopathy, we stick to the raw diet. In the naturopathy, we stick to the this live full of life diet, the live diet which we are sticking to. We do not believe in the cooked and we do not believe in the cooked and non-living diet. Okay, so the living diet, which has been the living diet is most important for the liver. What I have been associating is liver, live means live. So if you want to deal with the liver, you have to deal it with a live diet. Now, so the vegetable and fruits, which are highly rich in antioxidants, which are anti-inflammatory, which helps in the cleansing of the liver, are important, and this should be taken into the consideration when dealing with the liver diseases. Okay, now before we switch to diet, it's important to know what are the detoxification pathways in liver and what all nutrients have been responsible for this liver. Nutrients have been responsible for the detoxification process. So what you will see is the first step in the detoxification pathway, the first steps, which are the B vitamins, the folate, the antioxidants, the carotenoids, the vitamin E, vitamin C, and zinc are required. Okay, so these all, when you observe, this all can be taken from the fruits and vegetables in highest amount. Okay, then in the second step, the nutrients which are required are selenium, sulfur, magnesium, vitamin B12, molybdenum, and the other amino acids. Okay, so this again, I'll be telling about the sources of them. So this again can be taken through the diet. And the third is there, the waste products are eliminated through the sweat, bowel, and the urine. Okay, so we need to know this is the most important step, that what we are working on and how we are working on the liver. We are directly working on the liver by giving the supplements, by giving the nutrients which are required for the detoxification process. Yes, so the first and the foremost is lemons. Okay, so the first and foremost is lemons. Lemons mein kya rahega? There's this vitamin C concept. Okay, vitamin C provides us with the just a second. Yeah, so the first and foremost is the best thing for the liver is the vitamin C. Why? Because vitamin C has been a free radical scavenger, and vitamin C does not allow the lipid peroxidation. It mobilizes the fat. Like you must have observed in your clinical practice that vitamin C is a fat cutter. So basically we give lemons, amla, pineapple juice, mosami juice. Why? Just because it's a fat cutter, it does not allow the lipid peroxidation. It clears off the urate crystals, it clears off the free radicals. So this is very important that vitamin C should be supplemented. Vitamin C should be given in the form of juices like lemons, amla, sweet lime, and pineapple juice. And in the cases of jaundice, okay, so the lemon water is given at least 5 times in a day. Okay, just because it will help us to clear the ward of the excess bilirubin in the body. So it's important to give the vitamin C during any kind of liver disease or for prevention of liver disease, because it's a good fat cutter. It mobilizes the fat from the liver. It helps in the lipogenesis. It helps, it decreases the process of lipogenesis. Okay, so lemon works as a neutralizer, and also it produces the glutathione. Glutathione is what? Like we studied, the glutathione is important in the first step. Okay, so it produces the glutathione, and since it's rich in the vitamin C, it is a very good antioxidant. So that is why it is always said that drink warm lemon honey water. And that is important. And what does honey do is honey improves the absorption of the vitamin C in your body. So it's generally we combine the amla with the honey and lemons with the honey. Also the honey is antimicrobial. Then second we come to the beetroot, carrot, and pomegranate juice. In the combination, a wonderful juice for all persons who have been dealing with gallbladder stone, for fatty liver, hepatitis condition. It has been a beautiful combination, and also the researches have been done on it. Beetroot juice, again, it has the preventive function. It does not allow the fat to deposit on the body. Also, the carrot, beetroot, and pomegranate, 3 of them will give you the carotenoids. which are again required for the detoxification purpose. Then is the amla, we have already discussed for it. Then green tea. Green tea has a wonderful effects on liver diseases. Green tea, taking green tea after the meals has resulted in beautiful effects for liver. It is composed of antioxidants, it is composed of catechin, which are required for the detoxification and which does not let the fat accumulate into the liver. Then grapes and grapeseed extract. The grapes are anti-inflammatory, like we all know, and grapes are composed of selenium. Grapes are composed of several grapes are composed of vitamin E, vitamin A, which are again required for the detoxification purpose. So the antioxidant stress is reduced with the grape. Even the grape monodiet fasting is done in the cases of fatty liver. Then turmeric, the component of turmeric, which is curcumin, is the most important component it is an anti-inflammatory substance. It's an antimicrobial. So it's very important for the liver health. Whenever we are trying to maintain the liver health, whenever we are trying to detox the person, to always we give the golden drink. What is that golden drink? That's a golden drink which is composed of turmeric and honey. Okay, so every day at the night, it's taken. And it's very because why we give at the night, generally because the healing process or the detoxification process is maximum at the night. So the turmeric is given at that time. Then the cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, all are very important for the natural detoxification purpose. And also these cruciferous vegetables, the boiled cruciferous vegetables, have been given in the cases of liver cancer. So it's very important. Then papaya and more papaya seeds actually have shown the better effects than papaya. Papaya is composed of good fiber, which brings the changes in our this cytokines, are inflammatory markers. Also the papaya seeds, when combined with the lemon, the 1 teaspoon of lemon, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, this has shown wonderful effects in the alcoholic and both non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Also, whenever they are in the cases of hepatitis E and hepatitis C, it has shown the wonderful effects, the papaya seeds and papaya. Then coming to the apple and pear. Apple and pear have pectin. These are rich of pectin, which are helpful in digesting the fats, in removing the fats, and mobilizing the fats. And also, you must have seen in the clinical practice that apple kalpa is done, apple monodiet fasting is done whenever there's issues with the liver or the gallbladder. Also, the alcoholic damage which has been done, the apple, due to whenever there is more alcohol intake in the body, or there's damage to the hepatocytes through the alcohol, there's degeneration. Okay, and this degeneration, the cells are swollen up and the fat is accumulated in it. So the pectin is a fiber which removes this fat from the hepatocytes. That is why apple is very important in this in the liver health. Then berries are the highest source of antioxidant. They are composed of the vitamin E, vitamin A, selenium. They are very important again for the this purpose, for the detoxification purpose. Another thing which we generally use in the cases of liver disorders is sugarcane juice. So you must have learned from your grandparents that the sugarcane juice is very important. Sugarcane juice is highly important in the cases of jaundice. Okay, it replaces the fat content. It cleans up the bile which is present. Then triphala water, if the triphala water is boiled into the triphala water is boiled and taken 3 times in a day, it is very helpful for all the hepatitis conditions. Then whey water taken twice or thrice a day in the cases of all the hepatic condition. It's a beautiful cleanser. It is important. It is a very beautiful cleanser, and it is important to it is important for the cleaning of the liver. Then ginger, salt powder, and garlic. These are both composed of the components like allicin and selenium, which are again important for the detoxification pathway and are taken empty stomach. And the salt powder, that is the dry ginger powder, is taken with the honey. And the garlic should be taken empty stomach in the morning. Then also it wards off the cholesterol, which is present into the liver, which has been accumulated into the liver. The water intake for the liver should be, the water intake for maintaining the liver health should be very high. And the cold water, if we take the cold water, it is highly harmful. The ice cold water is highly harmful for the liver. So the water intake should be maintained in a good amount, and the cold water should be avoided. Drumstick soup and sprouts are composed of vitamin B12, the vitamin B content, which are required for the antioxidant purpose, which are required, which have lots and lots of fiber, and which are required for the detoxification process. So drumstick soup and sprouts are the things which we need to rely on whenever dealing with the liver diseases. And walnuts and flax seeds, which are beautiful antioxidants composed of omega-3, are again should be supplemented in the morning for the liver disease patients. Naturopathy treatments like liver pack, enema, again for the detoxification purpose, mud pack, so as to improve the, so as to stimulate the liver. Then hot and cold compress is the best. Hot and cold compress, liver pack, and castor oil pack. These three are done in the naturopathy treatments the most, because they stimulate the liver, they stimulate the functioning of the liver. Also, the cold hip bath is advised for the naturopathy treatment. Cold hip bath is advised in the naturopathy treatments for dealing with the liver disorders. Also, the castor oil pulling has shown a wondrous result in the cases of liver disorders. In the yoga, in whatever all the asanas which are putting pressure onto your abdominal region should be done. This will include the forward bending asanas and the twisting asanas. Also, like Adho Mukh Svanasana, Naukasan, Mandukasan, Vakrasan, Pavan Muktasan, Padastasana, Paschimottanasana. These are the asanas. Vakrasan and Vakrasan can be done. Ardha Matsyendrasana. These are the asanas which will put pressure on your liver, which will improve the blood circulation to the liver and improve the functioning of it. Then Kapalbhati is something which improves the functioning of the liver to the maximum. Also, the diaphragmatic breathing improves the functioning of the liver. So this should be dealt. This should be taken into consideration. Herbs like long pepper, that is also known as Kali Pipali in the normal. That's Kali Pipali in the Kali Pipali bolte hai use, and that's a long pepper powder combined with the honey, should be given twice in a half teaspoon of long pepper powder, and half teaspoon of honey should be mixed up and given in the cases of jaundice, hepatitis, liver, this alcoholic liver disease, fatty liver disease, in the cases of this. Then holy basil, it has again showed the best results for the liver disorders. So it has the hepatoprotective activity, and with the silymarin is a component which is the best, which is considered the best for the liver health. We'll come to the silymarin. So it has shown the anti-inflammatory activity. So tulsi water should be given regularly, or tulsi tulsi leaves with honey should be given regularly for the anti-inflammatory and the hepatoprotective effect. Then silymarin, you must have heard about the milk thistle. Milk thistle is what? It's nothing but milk thistle is a plant which gives us a component known as silymarin, which is the best component for the for protecting the liver. For the liver health, it's a very good component, and it shows the wondrous result in a very less span of time. That is the silymarin, which comes from the milk thistle plant. So first it was not available in India, but now it is regularly available in India. It is available in the form of capsules and also the powder. So instead of capsules, you should take the powder, mix it with the honey, and take it twice or thrice in a day. Then the some decoctions and juices I have listed are. One decoction is 1 teaspoon of triphala, half teaspoon of turmeric, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder with a pinch of black pepper. This all ingredients should be boiled and taken daily by a person who's suffering from a liver disorder, because it will cleanse the entire liver, and it has the hepatoprotective activity, anti-inflammatory activity, and aids in the detoxification. Then aloe vera juice, vitamin C juices, carrot, beet, and pomegranate juice. We have already discussed about it. Also, we have also discussed about the apple monodiet fasting. Monodiet fasting can be done on the grapes as well as the bottle gourd juice as well. Whenever dealing with the liver disorders, the buttermilk can be taken with some with a pinch of hing, with a half teaspoon of jeera powder, with some black pepper and black salt. Again, it's a very good drink for liver health. Then, if we want to prevent any kind of liver, then dhania, jeera, sauf, and methi, ajwain. This is this decoction should be made daily. Also, the herbs which can be used are the decoction of Punarnava stem should be made. The decoction of Shirish plant for the ascites condition is done. And white onion has again shown the beautiful results in the cases of liver disorder. So white onion juice 3 to 4 teaspoon in a day should be taken. Then white onion juice, if taken with the lemon and black salt, has beautiful results for the fatty liver. The grinded papaya seeds with honey or with lemon juice, if taken 2 times a day, again it has good results in the cases of liver disorders. And this golden liver flushing drink, which I have already discussed. It is composed of turmeric, the honey, lemon, and water. And the fiber content should be very, very high. Okay, so because it will supply us with the various vitamins and minerals which are required. So fiber content should be high. Also, the carotenoids will be supplied by it. All the nutrient, or it will bring the changes in the inflammatory markers instantly if we supply fiber to a higher amount in the cases of liver disease patients. And the liver disease patients have been linked to the deficiency in A, C, D, E vitamins and carotenoids. So this should be supplemented through the diet, which will reduce the transaminase level, which will reduce the SGOT, SGPT levels, the inflammation in the liver, and will improve the functioning of the liver. And acupressure and acupuncture, coming to, if we are, these are the general points, not very not specific to the disease, but if we are trying to deal with the if we want to prevent the disease, so liver 2 point, liver 3 point, and liver 13 point, these are the points which should be always used when dealing with the liver disorder. And liver 2, since the liver is composed of fire, liver has so much fire into it. So what happens is liver 2 and liver 3 are something if the which can be generally used for balancing the functioning of liver. The acupressure and acupuncture both can be given on to these points. So we have come to the end of the presentation. So basically what we need to know is that what we basically need to know is that if we are dealing with the liver disorders, we should maintain a healthy lifestyle. We should walk regularly. We should make changes like stop drinking. We should stop drinking the cold water daily. We should do the basic naturopathy treatments like alternate compression abdomen, cold hip bath, so as to prevent the diseases. Also, the the live foods should be taken. So this is how we deal or manage the liver diseases through the naturopathy.
Thank you, ma'am, for such innovative and informative information. So we are having few questions to you.
Yes. Yeah.
So the first question is, in the process of our normal modern lifestyle, how is our liver getting affected, and how do we prevent it as a naturopath physician?
Yeah. Okay. So see, our liver is getting affected because of the dietary pattern which we have been following, because of the poor lifestyle. We are not exercising. We have So you were so you were asking about what all is impacting our liver. Liver is impacted by the poor diet which we are taking. We are not exercising at all. We have certain bad habits in us, like we drink cold water. We drink water immediately after the meals. So these we need to change. We need to change our entire dinacharya for maintaining a good liver health. Also, if we improve the, like I said in the entire presentation, also if we improve the dietary intake, if we improve the intake of herbs in our diet, if we improve the intake of some spices in our diet, like turmeric should be used more. Okay, garlic should be used more, ginger should be used more. If we improve this intakes, we can definitely achieve a good liver health.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So the next question is,
Yeah.
In the current era, the students or teenagers are very much prone to social drinking to show off their status or some
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So, what's your take on that? Like, is it good for the liver health, or what's your take on it?
See, it's like I have already explained, it's the major factor which is impacting our liver health. Like I told you, the fatty liver was never seen in the patients, never seen below the age of 30. But now it is seen in the age of 15 years, 16 years, 70 years, all because of the poor lifestyle changes which we have adopted, all because of the alcohol abuse, the smoking abuse, the drug abuse, because we are overloading the liver through this. And we should not do that, because the liver um, already is loaded because of the entire metabolism which it has to carry out, because of the in all the functions it has to manage. So the overloading is done through the alcohol, and like I told you, the alcohol causes the necrosis in the liver. It replaces the hepatocytes with the fibers. Okay, so the liver health is damaged, the liver is damaged permanently if it has been replaced by the if the hepatocytes have been replaced by the fibers. So it's very it's my take over this is that it's not advisable at all. And not if there's no safe limit of alcohol. If you drink alcohol once in a week, and if you drink it in a heavy amount, it will directly cause the acute hepatitis condition, acute alcoholic hepatitis condition. If we are taking it regularly, it can lead to the chronic hepatitis. It can lead to the fatty liver, alcoholic fatty liver. So it's not at all advisable.
That's true. So, as you told, or we say that liver diseases are quite preventable.
Yeah.
So, what's your like take, or what's your ways to prevent a fatty liver through naturopathic remedies?
Yeah, the naturopathic remedies which I have listed now, that you can take papaya seeds with the 5 grinded papaya seeds with a 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Also, there is this decoction, that is jeera, soft, ajwain, and methi dana decoction, which has to be taken for preventing the fatty liver disease. Exercising regularly, performing yoga regularly, doing kapalbhati regularly, diaphragmatic breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, we do it only during the time of yoga, and we do not practice it anymore. So diaphragmatic breathing during the entire day should be practiced. It should be done at least 5 to 6 times in a day. That will again stimulate the liver health. Also, the whey water should be taken. The tasty options like Mosami juice is available, lemon honey is available. You should then pomegranate juice is there. For children, the pomegranate is the good option, and the carrot juice is the good option for children.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. So, it was a great session in terms of information, evidence, based approach, and the detailed understanding of liver that you have shared with all of us. Hope this kind of approach is required by all of us students to improve our concept. And thank you for your approach and your time you have shared with us, and all your evidences which you have provided with us. We hope to connect with you again on the different basis or different concept. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me over. And this is a beautiful initiative which you people have taken, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.